Hi, today we're going to have some fun and we're going to do a eye color technique that allows you to just take your eyes that might be a little bit smaller and make them look a lot larger. Unfortunately, I was going to start with a clean slate so I could show you exactly the transition. However, I did the first eye and thought I was recording and I wasn't. So we're going to do it again. So here's the finished technique and the finished look, as you can see. It's nice and soft and subtle. And that's what I try to do when I'm using the cat eye technique to make my eye look larger. I like to do a soft and subtle. And so you can see that that one is a little bit more dramatic, but that's how I start. I first of all start off with the eye primer. I always use the eye primer because it does make it stay on all day long. It stops it from creasing. And in the summertime, especially when I want to go swimming with my nieces and nephews, maybe midday, and still want to like put myself back together and go back to work in the evening, then I can totally do that and put my head underwater and I'm not going to lose my eye color. So it's super cool and they think it's a neat trick that their aunt could do. So love it. But don't forget the waterproof mascara, right? The next thing I do is I put the eyeliner on. As you can see, the eyeliner is already added. The reason why I do that next is because then it goes directly on top of the eye primer. So even though the eyeliner is pretty close to waterproof, it's the MK black eyeliner. It goes on super smooth and soft, like so soft and easy. But then it has that eye primer to attach to it, so it helps with that waterproof technique a little bit more too. So then the second reason I do it first is because I don't necessarily have this perfect. And I love to do all the steps for makeup, but I don't like to take all the time. So quick and fast with tricks is the way that I do it. And I put it on first. That way when I'm adding my eye color, kind of covers up any inconsistencies that I might have had or little oopses that didn't make it look great. So now it looks great. So that's my other reason for doing the eyeliner second. And then I'm going to go into the eye color. So I am using this fabulous palette. It is the Moroccan Dunes palette, and it's a True Dimensions quality of product. And so it's called True Dimensions. The reason why it's a different name other than our regular, Pure Dimensions, it's a little bit different than our regular mineral eye color because it has a lighter feel. It's more like soft and silky, and it's finer, so it's easier to work with, and it really goes on absolutely wonderful. So I really, really, really love it. We're going to use this one, and we're going to use a technique that is kind of like a 3-quadrant eye technique, and hopefully you can cut, there you go, there's the true color of the eye palette a little bit more. So this one is a deep brown. This one is a dark color, but it's more of like a brownish black, I kind of say. It's like I got a black undertone, which is great for like the corner of the eye and such, but I like to work with this one a little bit more. And then this one is a light pink, and then this one is just a really light color. One of the reasons, other than the ones I told you that I like, is this does have shimmer in it. And for a lot of people over the certain age, you know, like getting wrinkles, things like that, you shouldn't be using any glitterish eye color shimmery on your eyes because it's going to attract the wrong attention that you don't want to certain areas. However, because of the Pure Dimensions and how it is, you can use it and have a little bit of shimmery glitter, and it's not going to attract the attention to the wrong spots. It's going to make it look better. So I love that we can do that with all ages and all skin types. So that's the other reason why I love this palette. It will last a lot longer too than your mineral eye colors, just because of the consistency and you know how much it goes on. And you'll notice that when I'm applying it, I just put a very little on and then dip back into it, and you can see that it hardly changes like the shape and the grooves of the palette, which is super cool. Okay, so first thing first, we are going to start on the outside, and this little like triangle area here, we're going to use the darkest color. Then we're going to go to the pink, and then in the inside, that's we're going to use the light color. And then I'm going to add a little bit of color down here. And what I didn't share was I did actually put eye primer on first, but I also kind of put it right down here. So I just take my finger and I dab down into this section. And the reason why I do that is because I like it to grab onto any color that I would add underneath for some accents. But also, as you can kind of see, it brightens up that area a little bit. And if you have to where you can see like the transition, you just take your finger and just pat it and let it blend. But it brightens up the eye area, and that really does a lot for your overall look. So I'm going to go ahead and get started. We're going to use the brown first. And I am going to use the mirror just so that way I can see exactly what I'm doing. So I'm going to start here in the corner, and I'm going to get kind of like a triangle shape. And I don't necessarily like to brush back and forth, but I more like to use like the pat technique as much as I can because I feel like it's easier to work with color. So there's the brown. And then I'm going to go ahead and do the next color, which is that light pink color. And it's very, very pretty. It's such a pretty pink. I just love it. So I'm going to do that in the middle. And as I'm putting it on, I'm kind of just going to like almost flick it into the brown so it starts that actual like blend. Then we're going to take the really light color, and I want you to start in the crease here in the corner where your eye is at, you see in there, and I'm just kind of pulling over. Sorry about that little glare that was happening. So I'm pulling it in, and then I want to also go the crease between right here. So the crease between, or well, I don't want to say crease, but the piece, the landscape, how about that word? The landscape right between your brow and where your eye color is. I'm putting that light color in there because it's going to give you a little bit of pop. It's going to drop your, bring your eyebrows up a little bit and drop it back. So it's going to help with how big your eye looks as well. And then it also will start to blend those colors in so it looks nice and natural. So I am going to, as you can see, I need a little bit more depth because I have the cat eye on. So I'm going to go ahead and take that other color, that dark one there, right there, and I'm going to put that in the crease and just kind of get a little bit more dark consistency going on to blend my cat eye look a little bit. Okay, there we go. And you always might need to go back and blend just a touch because you don't want specific lines to show. It should fade out nice and natural. I should probably do like a blending video because I have a lot of blending techniques that would be super fabulous to share. So then I'm going to do a little bit of color underneath my eye just to kind of create some nice transition color down there. So I'm going to blend the brown that we first initially used with the pink, and I'm just going to go ahead and go right underneath, right where my eyeliner is, and just kind of blend that in a touch. Then I'm going to go back and take that light color, and I'm going to go right here. And you'll notice it just softens the overall look because this is going to be a day look. So it softens it up. Now, if I want to transition this color into an evening look, maybe a going out or to a special event, I would just go right over top then with maybe add a little bit of dark eyeliner back to bring out the depth and add some more dark colors in there and add a little bit more highlight. And voila, you're going to have a whole nother look. So you don't ever have to really do your makeup over if you're going to go out. The best thing that you can invest in is the beauty blotters. Very inexpensive, but they work amazing. You just push it on your face. It takes off any oils or moisture or anything like that and makes you look like you have a whole new fresh face just newly done with makeup. So it saves time and it's very inexpensive. You can take them with you too, so you don't even have to stop at home. All right, so that is my share for the day. I hope that was easy thing for you to follow to do that. Please watch this video as many times as you need, and you can follow along and do it together in your bathroom. So good luck. If you have any questions or want to request a video of anything that you absolutely think of, I would be happy to do that for you, and I will tag you in it and then share it right before I post. So I hope you have a great day, and I will hopefully see you soon, right?